Welcome to the Immigrant Entrepreneurs Show, where our mission is to inspire, impact, and influence other immigrant entrepreneurs to create the future they want. My guest today is Paul Loubao. Paul is a real estate investor and educator. Paul, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure having you on. So, Paul,
Yep,
you're an immigrant to the US and
correct.
you are an entrepreneur. So please give us a
Yeah,
background and our audience a background about yourself.
sure. For people who don't know me, my name is Paul Lubao. I came to the US 8 years ago. I'm from Ivory Coast. It's a small country just next to Ghana. For people who don't know, I speak French. French is my native language. So I came here 8 years ago. I wasn't able to speak English, so I took 1 year to learn English, like full year. Start by foundation, like A, B, C, D, all of these, and then it took me 2 years to get my MBA. Because on my mind, I said, okay, the best way for me to get in the US is to integrate myself to the system. And the best way is to get a diploma here, like a degree here. So this is what I did. I get my MBA in business, and then from that, I should transit from a school guy to now to start to work for myself. I start as a insurance broker. So for me, the best way to start the business was to learn how to speak, how to communicate, how to promote myself. So I start to learn how to sell. I said, okay, it's gonna improve my English as well. So I start to sell insurance and start to challenge myself, to the American people and all of this. So after that, after 2 years, I was very successful on it. I transited from insurance broker to a real estate investor. So I start on the bottom, start to find deal and send deal to people, try to raise capital with friends and all of these and start to learn how the real estate game work. So I'm focused on single family home, which is residential. I do also some commercial and also I do also some development. Okay. And then just like 2 months ago, I start now a new career of real estate coach that we can talk about later.
Awesome. Thank you for that. So before we
Yeah.
get into the nitty gritty of real estate, because that's also, I know our audience is interested in, I want to address something. So you said right off the bat, you said I got into selling and I started selling,
Mm-hmm.
life insurance and insurance products. So
Right.
right there, you destroyed all the limiting beliefs that someone might have because obviously you're not a Native American. You came and then started learning English. For someone, might
Right.
this be a limiting belief? Hey, I don't speak
Mm-hmm.
English like an American.
Naked.
Tell us more about that, man. How did you manage to get over that?
Yes, so I was like you said, I was very skeptical at the beginning and very scary about the journey of sales because, as you know, we say, okay, now this is not for immigrants; it's more designed for American. They talk better than us. They visit their country, they know the culture, they know how to, read report, all of these. But I discovered that, I would say the sky is your limitation. You can, as an immigrant, I believe that if you work hard and you learn the system, for sure you'll be the underdog. For sure it's gonna require for you to work more. But at the end of the day, you can get the result that you want. Does that make sense? No matter what. So it's gonna be hard for sure. You will need to work on yourself. Like me, for example, I speak fast, even in French. Right? So I
Mhm.
have to learn how to slowly talking right now because it was hard for people to understand me. So I have to say, okay, I need to learn how to speak. I need to learn how to communicate. And at the end of the day, you will grow from this journey. Okay? But it's gonna be easy? Not. But is it possible? Yes. But I don't put myself as, okay, because I'm an immigrant, it's gonna be like I cannot do it. I'm just saying because I'm an immigrant, I will need to always work harder than everybody. And then if I do it, I have a bigger chance for me to succeed. So that is what I did.
I love the mindset, man.
Mhm. Yeah.
So, and then what made you transition from insurance to real estate?
Okay, so basically I'm a guy of competition. So basically when I get to this game, I say, okay, I'm the underdog, but one day I'm gonna be the number one of this company. Okay? So I said I'm gonna beat everybody. I'm gonna prove that this immigrant who came here without speaking English can perform as a high level on this insurance. Okay, and prove everybody wrong. So this is what I did. I was working at Family First Life, which is a growth brokerage. I was, working every single day, my ass off to be able to get to a high level. And then for 1 week, I was the number one of my company. Okay, so they put my name, Paul Lubao, on the top. Paul Lubao is the number one, for the whole company. So I did it. I said, okay, I did it. I did what I was supposed to do. It took me like 1.5 years, 2 years to do that. What's next? I said, okay, there's no challenge anymore. This is number one. Number two, as a life insurance broker, you don't have enough time for yourself. Okay,
Mhm.
you work from Monday to Saturday, and even Sunday. Sometimes you're so tired you cannot do anything. So I was making money, but I didn't have enough time for myself. So I said, okay, I need to move to something where I can have like maybe more money, but also freedom, to be able to hang out with my friends and stay around my family. Okay, that's why I transit from insurance to real estate. That's the main two reason.
Did you have a huge saving when you transitioned to real estate and got started in real estate?
No, I didn't. So this is what happened. When I stopped life insurance, when I decided to stop life insurance, it took me more than 9 months to transit. Okay, so I ran out of my saving. Okay, but because I
Mm,
didn't know what I was supposed to do, I said, okay, I was thinking about doing a food truck because I said I want to do crepe and then do all of this and sell. I started to learn the food truck game. I knew that I was supposed to put 50K to start on it at least, and then I was thinking about doing real estate. So I got a little bit weak, and I went on vacation, spent my money, all of this. So I was running out of my saving when I get in
mm,
real estate. So I said, okay, now it's time for me to learn how to get in real estate. Now, my chance is that I start in real estate by wholesaling. I don't know if you know about it, but this is the specific type to get in real estate with zero money. So
mhm.
was my foundation. So I started looking for deal, all of this. So I didn't need any money to start in real estate because I started by wholesaling.
Right. So,
Yeah.
to my understanding, wholesaling
Mhm.
it requires also a little bit of cash at least, to reach out to other people, to I don't know, send mail and to do marketing basically to get into these deals. Is that right?
No, it's not true. It's not
Okay.
true. So
Tell me.
so sorry. So in order like wholesaling, there is multiple. At the end of the day, you need to find a deal. Okay, there is
Hmm.
two components. First one is finding an investor going to wholesale the deal. The number one is finding the deal. Finding the deal, you don't need any money to find the deal. You can use multiple marketing strategy to be able to like be in front of a distressed seller to be able to talk to them. Now, like you say, like sending mail, uh, do PPC, like either be on Google, have a website. This one might cost, but you don't need that to find your first deal. Okay?
Hmm.
We use driving for dollar, we use Aspire listing, we use sell by owner, we use different free resources in order for you to be able to, find a deal. Now you will need some maybe like I would say 500 to 600 to buy like software, skip trace, buy all of simple stuff, or either drive around the city, but you don't need any money. With less than 1,000, you can start wholesaling.
Okay. So you got into wholesaling and then you started making some cash and then what happened from there?
Yes, so this is what I did. I start okay, because when you're a wholesaler, you sell your deal, you sell your contract to an investor, right? So I start to sit on the table of all my investors. Okay, I was selling one deal, two deal, and we start to become friends. And we say, oh, how do you find the deal? How do you do that? Okay, so I was keep doing that, and then at one point I said, okay, I want to sit on the table and we can do the deal together. So I will not wholesale anymore. I want to learn how to do that. Okay. So
Hmm.
we did flip together. I used to now we say, okay, instead of buying this and wholesale this property, we're gonna use it as a rental property, okay? And I get some part of the equity by me bringing the deal on the table. Okay. This is why I start learning, how to acquire, keep it, and all of this. And then we start now to they say, okay, Paul, we need that. If you burn it, we can work together on it. Okay. So we start now to, uh, to be partner on multiple deals, okay? But my power was to bring the deal on the table, okay, and make sure it's a good deal start day one. So
Hmm.
I was saying it work.
And where would you build relationship, with investors and people that you would partner up and stuff? Where would you, when you got started, where would you build these relationships?
So there is a multiple way to find an investor. Of course, on wholesaling, we use different strategy to be able to find it online, you know. But I was doing a lot of networking. Okay, I
Mm.
was going to all different type of networking in my city, try to find real estate investor as well. Okay, when I was doing a lot of research. When I saw, okay, somebody bought this thing, I was doing everything to meet this person and say, hey, do you looking for other stuff? I'm a deal finder. I can bring you another deal. Say, hey, I'm looking for an hotel. I'm looking for an event space. All of this. So this is how that tech work. But I would say networking was a good advantage for me.
I see. With what you know now and all the experience and all the things that you have learned along the way, if you would go back and start again, all over again, would you still wholesale or would you do things differently?
If I have to start over, first I will start real estate. I'll probably start real estate day one. As soon as I learn
Mm-hmm.
English in this country, when I was doing my MBA, I will start real estate right away. Or either I will start to learn how to sell. Okay,
Right.
because I think that if I was better at communicating and if I was better at talking to people, I'm probably gonna be far ahead from where I am right now. Even I'm on pretty good position. So if I have to start over, I'll probably start to learn how to sell and start real estate day one. Yes, I will start by wholesaling because I think wholesaling is the foundation of all real estate investors. People use wholesaling, but what me I use is a deal finder. You're the one who find the deal. When you learn how
Mm-hmm.
to find the deal, you learn how to negotiate, you learn how to value something, you learn how to put a price, you learn how to put a contract in place. All of these. The only difference between you and the real estate investor is the money. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
But you
Mm-hmm.
are also a real estate investor. You can take down any type of deal. You just need the capital. You know. So yes, for sure, I will not change this part of my journey because it makes me who I am right now. I learned everything by wholesaling.
Mm-hmm. So
Absolutely.
how do you close a deal without money, without your own money?
Yes. So there is multiple ways. Okay. You can basically okay. What I'm very good at is syndication, which is raising capital from partner and investor. That means you need to build a lot of a relationship first. It will take you maybe 6 or 9 months of building trust with people, but it may be
Mm-hmm.
sending the deal without even you doing anything. Build value. Like I said to everybody, I said the best way to sit on the table is to pay the price. Okay, you
Right.
need to pay the price to sit on the table. If you want to learn from a rich person or either somebody who have talent, all of these, you need to bring something. And
Mm-hmm.
then bringing something is when the deal is gonna make him more money or make the person make more money. This is the only way you can draw attention from them. So whenever you do that, after that, when you found the deal, you can decide now to syndicate the deal and say, hey guys, I'm gonna be the general partner, you guys are gonna be limited partner on the deal, and then we can syndicate the deal and then we can close the deal together. Okay? This is number one. Number two, we use some creative financing, which is the way to buy a deal without any money by leverage the condition of the seller, either by doing subject to the loan or either owner financing. Sometimes we call it a wrap, you know, by basically take over the loan of somebody or either make the seller become a bank where you can just make a payment, to the person with some interest rates. So we have multiple ways to find a deal with become a real estate investor or either acquire property with zero money. Now, I'm very honest with everybody. I know that a lot of people do the ad on it, okay, publicity about, okay, you can now, you don't need money, all of this. Again, is it easy? Not. Is it possible? Yes. Okay. But don't believe that. I would say over 10 people are going to try, maybe only two going to succeed. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not so easy to do. But is it possible? Because a lot of people, including myself, did it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, and a lot of people say, oh, seller financing, why would a seller want to finance a property or a deal? You know, what
Mhm.
are what are some reasons a seller would want to finance actually?
So we look for different type of deal. So when we try to talk to the seller first, we try to understand why they want to sell and what is the urgency. Okay, some people don't need the money right now on their bank account. They just want to move or either visit their secondary house. They have like a tire land, like they're just landlord, and we call that tire landlord. They've been there with tenant for a long time. They want to get rid of the house. They don't need the money, most likely to move somewhere. They just want to sell the house, and then they're gonna pay a big chunk of tax if they get all in lump sum.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we use different type of strategy to make them say, okay, if you don't need the money now, instead of giving you the 250K, okay, we can give you maybe 100,000, and the 150 can be a owner financing. Okay, and we're gonna pay you every month at the interest rate of that, and you become a bank today, and you make passive income every month for the next 5 years, 6 years. Okay. Also, sometimes there is no urgency. When there is no urgency, the person just want to sell, but there is no urgency with the cash money to do something else. It might be the reason why somebody might be open for owner financing. Okay. This is number one. Number two, we go first for a cash option. Either we say, okay, we're gonna pay you cash. Sometimes when the seller doesn't want a low price, they want to stay at the price, and the price is sometimes a retail price. We say, okay, we can give you the price, but we need to make some concession on this term, right? And we use the owner financing as a term, to get whatever they want, but they have to make some concession on the term. So we give some money, or either we wrap, we do subject to the loan, or either we bring some money on the table, and the remaining become a owner financing. It might be the case as well.
I see.
Mhm.
When I talk to real estate investors, sometimes some say, "Hey, my strategy is fix and flip." Some others say my strategy is buy and hold. So
Mhm.
when I talk to the ones that say my strategy is fix and flip, usually, not always, but usually they say because I want to get some capital to get into buy and hold, okay?
Yeah.
To rental properties, multifamily rental. Is there a way to not get started in fix and flip and get straight away to buy and hold and rental properties?
Yeah, if you have the money. If you have the money and you have a good connection, it's all dependent on your net worth, on your network, or people around you. Maybe let's say people. I know someone who came from oil and gas, for example. They know a ton of people from oil and gas, so they all have money. So you just
Mhm.
need to learn how to find a deal, and you just raise the capital and get right on buying the hold. You don't need to do all of the flip. And people don't need to do the flip. I say that to everybody. One of my coaches that if I can wholesale, why I'll be flipping. People say, oh no, wholesaling is the lowest level of get paid. I say, okay, it really depends. You can wholesale one deal, make 100,000. You can wholesale one deal, make 400,000. Really depend on how to do and what type of wholesale you do. You know. So, but yeah,
Mhm.
you don't need to do the fix and flip if you want to raise capital. It really depends. If you don't have any experience or any good relation around you, for sure you can do. It's gonna be a good way for you to make money. But I'm not a big fan of fix and flip. Okay, because the fix and flip is good, but you found a property today, you're gonna put some capital, some renovation, all of these take you 3 months, sometimes 6 months to sell the deal. Okay, you bought the deal today, you put renovation for 1 month and 45 days, you put back on the market. If you get lucky, you sell in 1 month, so that means 2 months and a half or 3 months. If you don't get lucky, it's gonna take 6 months. And
Mhm.
most of the flipper make between 30 to 50 or 60K on their flip. So 50K in 6 months. If you wholesale 3-4 deal a month, or either two deals, if you make 10K, you already get that. So, and you don't need to put all your work, all of this. So I'm not a big fan of flip. I'm a
I
big
see.
fan of wholesaling, get the money and go straight to buy and hold.
I see.
Mhm.
And what are three ways to make money in real estate?
I will say wholesaling for sure, number one.
Mhm.
Wholesaling all day to make money. Number two, apartment complex. This is a big way to get money. You can make 1 million in one deal if you know what you do. And then number three, I would say I talk about what I know. Development. You can buy a land, subdivide the land, and sell paper lot to either a home builder or either a developer. You can also go up to the finish line and sell physical lot to developer. So there is a multiple way to make money, either from wholesaling or either to go commercial or either to do development. Based on what
Okay,
I'm very specialized on.
right. So tell us more
Mhm.
the apartment complex.
Yes, so basically we look for any type of commercial real estate where we can increase the rent by at least 150 to 200. Okay, it need to be at least 30 to 35, 36 door. Okay, if we can find a place where it's 32 door or 35 door where we can increase the rent by 150 or 200, make 1 million right away. Because as you know, the value of the apartment complex is based on the rent, not on the comp. Does that make sense?
Right,
So
right.
apartment complex is crazy good, and also it's gonna give you a lot of tax write-off. Whenever you have like against your earning income, either it's gonna be flip or either wholesaling that you're gonna do on the side.
Gotcha. So we're talking about residential buildings, right?
No, we talk about apartment complex, like commercial, where people rent, like where there is units.
Right.
Okay, so if you see what I'm talking about, like having that, yes, having a building, but it's here in the United States, commercial. Okay, where there is multiple door, where people pay rent every month. Yeah.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. Where do you do deals? Is that in your area locally, or is it statewide, or even nationwide?
I wholesale nationwide, but when it comes to real estate investment, I'm deeply, heavily focused on Texas. The reason why is because I live here in Dallas Fort Worth.
Hmm.
Dallas Fort Worth is the metroplex. We have 7.4 million people here, so I don't need to go anywhere. There is a ton of resources here. There is a ton of space, and all Texas, I think we have like more than 35 million people. So Texas is a city already. So like it's a
Hmm.
kind of a country already. So I don't need to go anywhere. But in terms of investment, yes, I'm focused here. In terms of wholesaling, I can wholesale nationwide.
Tell us about novation, and I'm not talking about, for people listening, not renovation. I'm talking about
Hmm.
novation. Please tell us about
Yeah.
novation, what it is, and explain it to our audience, please.
Yes. So novation. Okay. First, novation. You need to know what you do. Okay. Uh is not for like an entry level wholesaler or either real estate investor. You need to know the number. Okay. It's more advanced. Novation is the way or a strategy, another way to make money. Sometimes when the seller doesn't want to like compromise the number, what you're gonna do is very simple. You're gonna say, okay, let's say you found a house today is 250K. Okay, you make your offer at 200. Okay, the person wants 250K no matter what. There is some renovation to do. Okay, what you're gonna do, you're not going to close on the house. Okay, you're gonna put the repair. Okay, you're gonna have a link attached to the house. Okay, for the repair that you're gonna put. And whenever the repair is done, you're gonna list the house in the market. Okay. And when you sell the house, you take off first all your repair that you put. You take off also all your like your profit, and then the seller get the rest. So it's the way to get on the deal without even closing the house. What you have to bring is to close to bring the money from the repair. Okay. So let's say the repair is like 30K or 40K. You bring the 40K, you repair the house, you put the house on the market for listing. So you're gonna find a retail buyer for sure. And then when the buyer close on that, you take off your repair, you take off your profit. Let's say 30K, you take off your profit, and the remaining go to the seller.
Okay, so let's redo it once again for the
Mm-hmm.
slow thinkers like myself. Okay,
Okay.
so you found a house that Mr.
Mm-hmm.
Seller wants to sell for 200K. He's not willing to negotiate. He's like, "Hey, I want my 200K." I'm like,
Okay.
"Okay, let me do the renovation. I put,
Mm-hmm.
let's easy number, 50K. I
Okay.
renovated for 50K. Okay? We
Mm-hmm.
put do am I putting a lien on the title in this case?
You do. Yeah.
First
You do. You
position lien on the
first
title.
position. You attach a lien on the title. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, got it. All right. So I put 50K in the deal. We rehabbed the house. Now I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, am I already getting my 50K out of the deal without the house being sold? And
No.
if yes, where
The house
does the
needs to
money
sell.
come from? Okay, we need to
No, no,
sell the
no.
house
The house needs
first.
to sell. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Okay, we list the house, let's say for 400K, right?
Okay.
We list the house for 400K. First position lien, 50K goes to me. Now the house
Mm-hmm.
is free.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the remaining whatever is there, 250, 400K, 50 goes to me, do the math,
So
150.
there is one
Okay,
fifty. There is 150 to split
right. 150 to
because you
split.
want 200. Mm-hmm.
Okay, 150 to split, depending on the split we have,
Mm-hmm.
agreement we have. Let's say 50
Mm-hmm.
50, 75 75 goes to him
Mm-hmm.
and to me. Is that the
Mm-hmm.
way it's done?
Yes, it's the way it's done, but your example is kind of high. Okay,
Right.
if the seller want 250, like if the seller want 200, there is a big chance that the house can sell only for 280 or maybe 300,000. Okay, it's hard to be able to have like 200 as a as a big gap. Okay, but in order for this deal to work, you need to know how much the deal gonna sell for. Okay,
Mhm.
if you know how much, you can be sure on your comp. Say, okay, this house can sell for 300,000 no matter what if I put the repair. Okay, I don't want to risk my 200 to give to the seller and go it. I can't do it. But if I don't have the money, I say, okay, I'm gonna bring the repair of 50K. Okay, I'm gonna do, if I want 50K, I'm gonna get my 50K as a profit. And because you want 200,000, you get it at closing when people buy it. Okay,
Right.
so at the end of the day, the seller still gets 200,000, but me, I get everything up, remaining
Mm.
my minus my repair. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so in your example, if your example makes sense, the 400,000, if it doesn't, let's take this example. If you can find which type of deal, you're gonna make everything on top minus what the seller wants and your repair. That means in
Mm-hmm.
your case, it's gonna be 150K.
Mm-hmm. So,
Yeah.
correct me if I'm wrong. In this
Mm-hmm.
case, it requires a lot of knowledge about the market and knowing how much the houses are being sold for, but also
Mm-hmm.
how much you need to have experience in order to know, okay, this is how much I need to spend on this property to get
Mm-hmm.
it to the shape that I want to list in order to
Right.
sell it for that price. Is that correct?
Correct. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's very,
Gotcha.
very important.
Right. So
And you need to learn how to negotiate that. Mm-hmm.
that's why I believe you said this is more advanced, because when you're
Yeah.
getting started, you don't know all these numbers and you don't have this
No, you
experience,
don't.
right?
You don't. Yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
So
All right. So
yeah.
when you talk about all these things, someone might be listening to this and like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
does all of this requires good credit?
Okay. The smaller the deal you're gonna do, no matter what, your credit gonna be involved. The bigger, your credit is not involved. Okay. So this is what I said to everybody. It's easier to close like a 10 million deal than closing a 400,000 deal house, because the
Mm-hmm.
400,000 deal house gonna the like the all the requirements gonna be based on you, on your on your probability, or either on your ability to be able to pay back the loan if the house
Mm-hmm.
doesn't perform, if the deal doesn't perform. Okay, when we come to any apartment complex, what is about 50 door, it's already day one cash flow. So the bank
Mm-hmm.
doesn't care about your credit score. They give a loan based on the assets. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
So because it's already cash flow, they don't need you to back off the deal, because the deal is already as a low risk of, we call that risk of failure. The risk of failure is so low that the bank doesn't care about you. They're gonna just ask you to open an LLC. Say, okay, I want the LLC like that, and then we're gonna put the loan on it. That's it. Now, when you buy a residential, uh, like one door house, if there's one tenant out, that's it. You need the bank need to count on you, on your income,
Mhm.
to be able to pay the mortgage every month. Does that make sense? So yes, on this
Absolutely.
case, you will need to have your credit. Also, if you want to do a fix and flip, sometimes some hard money lender will ask you for your credit score, all of this, to be able to get you the loan. Yeah.
So in this
But to do
case,
wholesaling,
why?
no.
Right. Right.
To do
So in this
wholesaling, you don't
case,
need all of this.
why is not everyone getting into bigger deals? Apartment complex, okay, big chunk of money in it, good deal, lower credit required, or no personal credit required. Why is not everyone doing this?
Yeah. So the reason why most people don't do big deals is for two reasons. Number one, they don't know something. Number two, they don't know somebody. Easy as simple as that. It's as simple as that. Okay, you don't do big deal because you don't know something. You don't know how to underwrite. You don't know how to find. Okay, you don't
Mhm.
know how the deal work. Number two, you don't know someone. You don't know someone who you're gonna raise capital with. You don't know how to syndicate. You don't know people. Okay, the more quality people you will know with the information, you can become so wealthy in this country, no matter what.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So let's say someone comes across a 10 million deal, $10 million
hmm
deal, okay? And now they need to syndicate the deal. What
hmm
is needed?
Okay, first, if they come about a 10 million deal, first they need to know if it's a good deal or not. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
we never bought a deal without knowing how much we're gonna sell it. What's gonna be the exit point? Okay, I need to know 5 years from now who's gonna buy, how much it's gonna be. Okay, first they need to understand how to underwrite this 10 million deal. Is it worth 10 million? How much we're gonna sell it 2 years from now? What's gonna be the plan? Is it maybe worth 9 million? What is the condition of the seller? Is it an institution who sell? What is the urgency? They're ready to sell now, to tap out now. Why? They are on variable rates, like interest rate. What's happened? Why they want to sell now? How long is the property be there? So this was all the underwriting. Okay. When you do all the underwriting, it's easy. You make an offer. Okay. When now you have a contract in place, you have two options now. Now you have to go find a loan. Don't worry for that. A good deal always attracts the bank. Don't worry about it. It doesn't matter if you have a good credit. It doesn't matter if you know you smart or not. It doesn't matter if you have any education. A good deal, all the bank always gonna back off like a VC. And I say that to everybody. If uh, if you have a bad deal, the bank will not be able to finance it. So don't worry about it. If you make a mistake on the underwriting, you're gonna send to the bank. They're gonna say no. We can only loan you 7 million. That means the deal is under what you want. And number two, you need to raise the 20% or 25% that you need to put as an equity on the deal. This is where it comes to syndication. You need to know people. You need to know. So if you come across a 10 million deal right away, if you didn't work on it, if you didn't prepare yourself to have investor lineup, it might be difficult. Okay, but it's not impossible to raise capital in less than 2 or 3 months. Okay, it might be possible depending on where you come from. If you have a good, if you know how to, do that. Yeah, simple like that.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
Have you seen the bigger deals done by someone who got started and was not very advanced, and then they got into a deal that was unexpected?
I hear that people do that. They say that, but me, I never saw anybody. No, I think everything is a process. It takes time. You need to learn first what is comp. You need to learn how to value a house. You need to learn a lot of things first before going to this type of deal. And it's hard for somebody who never either negotiate a small deal to jump on an apartment complex and talk to a broker. They're not going to take it seriously. They're going to ask you, what was the last time you closed a deal? What was your last product? You need to understand how to negotiate this type of deal. So it's very hard for a new person to jump on a 10 million apartment complex deal. I don't see how it's going to be possible. I don't. I think it's a journey. People need to be patient and then go step by step on this journey of real estate.
Okay, Paul, I have a two-part question for you. Number
Yeah.
one is, I want to know from you, what do you educate people on specifically within the real estate niche that come to you? Number two, a lot of times we get to hear people say, "Oh, this guy became a not." I'm not talking about you. Don't get me wrong,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah, sure, sure.
talking about coaches in general, and then they say, "Oh, this person got from doing the actual whatever they were doing into coaching." And why did they transition into coaching if they were making money in the actual thing that they were doing? So
Mm-hmm.
that's the two-part question for you, my friend.
That's a wonderful question. Okay. All right. So first, regarding my coaching, first I think I build the mindset of people. Being part of the coaching program is not only learning the game, it's learn that you can have whatever you want in this country. I make you believe that okay, because I did it, everybody can do it. Okay. And if you follow the step, if you do copy paste of what I did, there is either two outcome. Either you're gonna overbeat me, that means you're gonna do better than me. You probably maybe do less than me, maybe because sometimes each one have different, time horizon and time frame, or you're gonna do the same as me. Okay. So first, I build the mindset first. Number two, I give you the information. All my experience for the past, 5 years that I've been on the real estate. I show you all of this stuff. Okay. How you can find the deal, how you can raise capital, all of this. Okay. This is to answer your first question. Number two, if I was thinking like that, I will never be where I am right now. Okay, I'm not worried about if the coach tried to make money from the coaching or not. I don't worry if the coach got money in the past or not. I'm trying to see that the coach is qualified. Does the coach have the information that I need in order for me to become successful? I say to everybody, you just one away. Your success is just like one information away. You just one information away from your success, or you just one information away to change your life. So I don't worry about the coach. If the coach it was broke and I decided to become like a real estate coach, I need some information. Okay, it's because I believe that because I was believing on this mindset, or either I had this mindset. That's why I decided to be coachable, got a coach, succeed in real estate, and now I'm a coach now. Okay, so it's all about the journey. Okay, now just to go deeper on the question now, I believe that multiple could have different vision. Okay, so me, I believe my vision is like, okay, I made money in real estate. Okay, the coaching part is also another way to give back. Okay, first I want to build my personal brand. One way to do it is use coaching. Okay, people
Mhm.
know me more. Of course, I cannot do for free because if you don't pay attention. If you don't pay,
Mhm.
you don't take that seriously. So I need to have a price. What is the price of the market? The price of the market is that. Okay. So I say, okay, if you want to buy to be coachable, if you want to get a program, this is the price. Okay. The higher the price, the higher people will pay attention. The higher they will force themselves to succeed. Okay. So yes, it's gonna be another income for sure, but it's not the end game. The end game is for me, like build a personal brand. Number two, also be able to do event and impact a lot of people. Okay, this is the end, this is the goal. So but yeah, absolutely, selling a knowledge is something. I'm selling a car, selling you sell your knowledge. It's simple as that. So
Mhm.
yeah, but if I was thinking like that, I would never be where I am right now,
Right.
because I
I
will never
love
get a
that
code. I would say
mindset.
the code need I would say the code need my money, and what's going to
Right.
happen? I will not get the
Right.
information, and I will still be, maybe selling insurance and be busy. So
Right.
yeah,
How do you qualify a coach?
show me what you did. Easy peasy. Show me what you did. You say you're a coach, you made money. Show me your last deal. Show me. I can go. Show me your last check. Show me your last statement. You say you close the deal, you make 1 million. Show me the 1 million. That's it. Simple as that.
Mhm.
If you cannot show me, run as fast. Like stay away from this coach. That means the coach that try to make money. Okay, I believe
Right.
on evidence. If you did something, that means you know how to do. You succeed on it. Show me.
Do you also partner with your coachees if they, come across a deal and they're like, "Hey, I would like to get your support in regard to becoming a partner." Is that something you do?
So we like some students come across the deal, but I'm still trying to like decide what I'm gonna do, like if I need to work, because when when you cross the barrier of like they're not a student anymore, they become now a partner. I mean,
Mhm.
you need to have like enough time, because sometimes you cross the barrier, So I'm still thinking about my model of the student will say student and me, I will close my deal by myself. If a student bring a deal, I can help them close the deal, but me be partner of the student, I don't know yet. But it might happen. It might happen maybe for the next year. Maybe a student has been on the game for maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months. Have a lot of success, come across a big deal. We can partner together. If I see that this guy is very motivated, he want to change his life and maybe have like a better why. Yeah, absolutely.
Mhm. One thing I have to give you a compliment, actually. One thing
Thank
I've
you.
never, obviously, I've never seen you. We have never seen each other in person. But one thing
Mm-mm,
that I really like about you, you come across very genuine. It's like,
mm-mm,
hey,
mm-hmm,
you give the answer that you truly and genuinely believe in, not the thing
mm-hmm.
that you believe people would want to
Want to
hear
know?
and
No.
would benefit you. So
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
I love
yeah,
that, man.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
which is
So
unfortunately, which is a rare thing to find these days, because people on social media and on internet, they tell you all the good things that they think somebody would
yeah,
want to hear.
mm-hmm. You want to
Yeah,
hear? No. Mm-hmm.
yeah. So does your coaching work if somebody is in Florida, where I'm usually based? I'm in Switzerland right now, but I'm usually in Florida. And they're like, oh, it makes sense what Paul is telling, and I would want to do deals in Florida. Does that work for any state?
Any state in the U.S. Florida is a wonderful state for wholesaling, by the way. Good state
Mm,
for like for either even apartment complex for houses. Great state. If I have to pick another market for an investment, it will be Florida. After Texas, it's gonna be Florida right away. And there is no state income tax as well. So
right,
it's a friendly business state. Yeah, for sure. But anywhere in the country, you can do what you can do that
right.
nationwide.
Okay,
Mhm.
give someone who has been thinking for a long time about getting started in real estate, and they're listening to you, and they're like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's time, but I don't know what's needed. Tell them what's
hmm
needed.
So I will start by that. I say the city of the town of maybe don't go nowhere. Okay, you've
Right.
been tanking and tanking. You've been tanking for years and years. You know, you see people making money on real estate. You know that you can crush on it. So what are you waiting for? Just qualify the coach and then get in the coaching program. What you need is just you need just to spend money on yourself. You need to invest on the coaching program. Okay, first it start deductible. You're gonna roll. You're gonna just deduct this tax later when you're gonna do like a start to make money. And number two, it's something that you don't lose. So spend money on the coaching and then get the knowledge. The knowledge now will take you wherever you want. You know. But to answer, short your question, you just need the money to pay for the coaching. That's it.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to say how much that is?
There's no issue for that. So we charge 6,000.
Right.
Okay. This is a
Okay.
90-day challenge mentorship.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I will say to everybody, in 90 days, you should find your first deal. If you don't find your first deal, that means you didn't put enough work, you didn't put enough attention, you didn't enough dedication. I ask everybody if you can put 1 hour at least every day, constantly, for at least at day 60, you should be able to start making offer and be one away from your first deal. Okay, and make 20K, 30K, 50K. Really depend on the deal that you're gonna find. Okay,
Right.
but I will teach people how to start by the foundation, wholesaling. Even if you don't do that, nobody stay wholesaler. I will say that nobody stay wholesaler. A lot of people become a real estate investor, but the foundation is learn how to find a deal. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
become good at that, you become a great real estate investor.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, because what people don't know about wholesaling, it teach you all the different skills: how to negotiate, how to value a house, how to put a deal on a contract, how to write a contract, how to talk to the bank, how to talk to the title company, everything. How to find a deal, how to do the marketing. That's it. Like a wholesaler is a real estate investor.
Is that
As
is
simple as
that
that. And
what
there's no
you
risk.
is
Mhm.
that what you focus on when you have your coaches to how to wholesale a deal?
It's really depend on the student. Some students come, they're just on surviving mode. They need their first 20K. They need their
Right.
first 50K. They need their first 100,000 a year. I say, okay, do not worry about investment first. Let's get you the money first. Let's focus heavily on wholesaling. Some students come and they make already 200,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
They're not on surviving mode. They don't need the money. They just want to, sometimes they want to roll over the 1K, they want to build wealth. And then we students, we focus now on investment. So I bring lender in place, I show them how to raise money, how to bring the lender in place, all of this. And sometimes they have the money to put the 20% down. So we work on how they can find a deal.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
So yeah,
Gotcha. Man, obviously you're a high energy guy. I can tell
yeah.
from the other side of the world. Where do you get that energy and where do you get that driver?
So I will say there is something I didn't say when I graduated from my MBA and I decide to work for myself. It took me 1 month to decide that because I was also trying to find a 9 to 5. And for 1 month, I didn't find it. Even I knew that it wasn't my call. I said, okay, but I cannot jump right away and sell because it's going to take time for me to generate money. So I need also maybe to find a small job on the side before going to sales. And I didn't find a job. Okay. So I was doing some delivery food, like with DoorDash, for about a month. And
Mm-hmm.
then when I decided to transit from delivery food now to sales, I have to sell to
Mm-hmm.
survive. It was supposed to work because if it didn't work, I was supposed to go back to do the dash. This is why I get all of these fights. I learned to fight. I said, okay, I need to sell. Okay, so I start to believe on myself. Okay, it doesn't matter all the obstacle, immigrant, accent, speak fast. It doesn't matter. I need to sell, or even I cannot pay my rent. So it's not about the choice. You need to work. Okay, this is where all my fire come from. I knew that. Okay, and when I fixed on it, I said I can do whatever I want now. Because I was so on the bottom of, like, I was so on the, like, so on the hard way of my life, and I was supposed to succeed. Now nothing can stop me. So that this is where I got my fire, and also the immigrant part. Like I said, I love competition. I want to be the number one the best coach on this country. You know, I don't know how many immigrants who's a coach right now, but I compete against all of them. You know, if I found one, I would say, okay, how many students you have? When did you start? If you got 1,000 students, I want to do better. You know, so not for the money, not for beat him, but I love the competition game, and I believe that everybody should compete against people. I say people say, oh, you should not compete. I say, okay, that's fine. Me, I compete against myself. I compete against all my competition at the same time. So yeah,
Let's go.
that my fight.
That's the way to go, brother. That's the way to go. So before
Yep.
number one, if
Mhm.
you know, when we wrap up and end, please stay on. I have to talk to
Mhm.
you off
Sure.
camera about a few
Sure.
projects we have going on. That's one thing.
Mhm.
Before we wrap up,
Mhm.
is there any advice that you would want to give immigrant entrepreneurs, because that's who our audience is, obviously, you know, who are planning to go from W2 to becoming self-employed or start a business, or going from
Mhm.
one country to another, wherever they are in their journey? What's your advice for them?
Okay. I will say I don't want to use the cliche stuff to say, oh, believe on yourself and they know all of this because I already say that a lot. The best advice is like find your real why. Okay?
Mm,
If you want to succeed, you're gonna have it. Find the path, be coachable, learn from people who already did it, and just follow the path and believe on yourself, it's gonna work for you. Don't have any limitation. I'm the perfect example. As you can see, my
mm,
accent is crazy high. Okay, I don't try to speak like an American. I don't try to. Of course, it's not my language, and I learned English only for the past 8 years, and then I was rushing when I was learning English. So no
mm,
matter what, I will build it, over time. But it doesn't stop me. Okay, it should not stop any immigrant.
mm,
Work on yourself. Like try to get better every single day, and don't be afraid to take risk. Okay, don't be afraid to start your business. Don't be afraid. Just do it on the right way. Find your target, find your why, do advertising, do promotion, get in podcasts like I'm trying to do right now with
mm,
like a wonderful people like Ali. And then
mm.
and then just do it. Just do it. One day something will change your life. You will meet a new person. You will do something. And one idea will come, and then see how things go, and then you will become whatever you want to be, and you'll be also an example for the new generation coming.
That's awesome. And I think
Yep.
that's a great time to end the podcast. It's
Yep.
been a pleasure, truly pleasure, talking to
Thank
you
you.
and sharing your knowledge with our audience. Thank you so much for
Hmm.
coming on the show and giving so much value to our audience. It was a
Hmm.
huge honor to have you on the show. And yeah, man, I look forward to staying connected with you. And thanks again
Hmm.
for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me. All right.